Yeah, we're going to analyse the Chelsea v Liverpool game from Sunday the 20th of September, in which Liverpool won the game 2-0. More specifically, we're going to analyse Liverpool's second goal, in which Kepa Arrizabalaga has made an error. So the reason that we are doing this is the way that errors are portrayed in the media. So as you'll see here, we've done a quick search of the game, put in the two teams plus the date. What we get up is Chelsea boss slams Kepa for his clear mistake, Kepa mistake, disastrous pass, gives Liverpool a 2-0 lead, Kepa makes an awful mistake, Kepa error costs Chelsea, Kepa makes another howler, and then you have a look at the videos and the video links that pop up. You've got Kepa makes a crucial mistake, Kepa has a lost cause, Kepa mistake, and Kepa has another blunder. So what I really want to do is change people's way of thinking. So yes, it is an error. Yes, it is a mistake. I don't believe it's a time to really put anybody down or, like you see a lot on social media, give people abuse. I think just the same as anything, a mistake is an opportunity to learn. So I'm not absolving Kepa of any form of blame here whatsoever. All we're going to do is we're going to analyse the scenario. We're going to have a look at where things could have possibly been done better. So what we'll do first is we will quickly watch a clip. For copywriting purposes, it isn't a video. It is a number of still images that have been pieced together to show you the goal. What you'll hear as well is, if you do go and watch a clip, the commentator describes it as a calamitous error. So what we'll do is we're going to break it down piece by piece. So from the very first part, what we're looking at here is, as the ball's played back to Kepa, we're looking at potentially three players who could put pressure on him as he receives the ball. And we've highlighted the man who does, who's Sadio Mané. So first thing we're going to look at is supporting the player on the ball. So we're communicating, we're letting our teammate know that we are available and we want the pass back. We're going to be offering verbal and visual communication as to where you would like the ball played, which we believe Kepa has done. So what you would generally hear is keep us on right foot, keep us on left foot, or right side, left side. You're going to support either deep and wide of the goal, as you can see from Kepa here. So supporting deep gives yourself more distance between yourself and the ball, which gives you more time to use it. Or you can stay a little bit higher from the goal and you can set a little bit wider of the ball. So you may potentially go and receive the ball about 4 yards out in the middle of the pitch, on the middle of a 6-yard area. Just before you're receiving the pass, you're going to scan to identify passing options early and also to identify any potential pressure. And you're going to have an open body position so you can see the full pitch. So we're just going to have a look at the next little sequence here. As the ball's played back to Kepa, you can see that he's quite close. So his field of vision is probably only the right side of the field. And he's fully focused on the ball. So at no point from that ball being played back does he start to scan. So he's not looking to see where any pressure's coming from. He's not looking to see which teammates are available. So on his receiving priorities, he should be looking to have an open body to see the full pitch. So as well as being able to see the ball, he can see everything from his right-sided midfield player to his left-sided midfield player, or from right touchline to left touchline. He's going to scan again to reconfirm what he's seen from his initial scan. He's going to prepare to receive the ball on the foot that is furthest away from goal, which is what he'd done. And he's also going to be recognising any form of pace, angle and direction of pressure. So on the next part, just as he receives the ball, what we'll see here is, so first of all, what you notice is he's killed it. He's put his foot on the ball, he's stopped it dead. The ball's under his feet, which makes it very hard for him to shift the ball early. What you would ideally be looking at is having the ball out in front of you around a step, so that you can either step onto the ball or shifting the ball away from Mané, as we can see highlighted. Potentially playing the ball into Zuma or playing a long pass. So I've just highlighted 3 things that you could possibly do there. So as he receives the ball, it could be a first-time pass into Jorginho. He could open play up. He could move the ball to his left and he could play a shorter pass into Zuma. Finally, he could play a longer pass. So what we'll see at the end is we'll see a still from the replay of the goal. And you'll see that there's a possibility that he could play a long pass, which could turn Liverpool around very quickly from them going into, well, from them being in an attacking phase. They are very committed. As you see it, there's a big out ball to his left where he could, as I say, they could turn Liverpool and he could potentially set one of his players through one goal. So the execution, first of all, of his first touch. So is it going to be a pass or is it going to be a first touch? What I always say is on the next one, so the quality of your first touch, keep the ball moving or make the ball work for you. So as you see, and as I've mentioned, he's killed the ball, meaning he has to take a step back off it before he can step on to pass it. He's made it very hard for himself to play the ball first time. If he doesn't get the ball out of his feet, can he shift the ball? So as I say, keep the ball moving and have the ability to play 2 types of pass. So can he play a shorter pass? Can he play a longer pass? If there is any pressure coming, can he move the ball away from pressure where needed? So what that'll do is it'll make that player applying the pressure work a little bit harder to win the ball back. And it'll also give him more time to either execute the pass or make a decision. Plus, you're also moving the ball closer to an intended target. So you're reducing the margin for error there in your pass. As he receives, scan again. So we're going scan, scan, scan again. Scan first of all to check, to reconfirm again. Make sure that you know exactly what you're doing and you know your surroundings. As we all know in a game of football, things in front of you can change in the blink of an eye. The quality of the pass. So he's got to think here about using not only the correct technique but the correct pace in relation to the distance that he is passing the ball. So he's got to think about making this pass easy for his teammate to control. Also got to think about where he needs to play, or playing on the front foot, or playing on the back foot, or playing into space. When would you do that? Why would you do that? What would you need to see in front of you to help you make that decision? And finally, after the pass, can we remain active and offer support? So it could be that we play a short pass, you would remain active, you would move, you would go and offer support to that player on the ball to potentially receive another back pass. If it's a longer pass, you would get your team out and you would then go and defend that space and behind your defenders and offer support to your defence in that way. So we're just going to see the final sequence here. Giving the ball away and the balls end up in the back of the net. So finally, what we're going to look at is the full sequence again. And just make sure you have a little check out in the last sequence to see that potential out ball should he scan. So you can see to his left, there's a lot of space in behind the Liverpool defence. Can he play that ball? So in conclusion, in my opinion, I think he's neglected on a number of occasions to execute the basics. Although he was very positive in supporting initially, communicating that he wanted the ball, I don't think that's where the issue really arose. I think the issue arose, first of all, in not scanning, not being aware of his surroundings, not really knowing where or who he could pass to. He didn't acknowledge the angle, the pace, the approach of Mane when he was pressuring the ball. His first touch was poor. Again, acknowledging the approach of Mane. He can play the first time pass. He can shift it away from him. Instead, he's killed the ball and he's relying on taking a step back to step on play. He could, as I've just mentioned there, he could have played the early pass into Jorginho. Other than that, he has to shift the ball away from pressure, or that longer one if he doesn't feel confident or there isn't an option closer. And ultimately, I think there should have been a little bit more urgency in his decision-making. I think he's held on to the ball way too long. He should have known what was around him. Nice positive first touch, whether that's a first-time pass into Jorginho or a touch away from Mane, and he should have been exposing Liverpool when they're just transitioning from their attacking phase into the defensive phase. That's the end of the analysis on that goal. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. Please keep them respectful. We don't tolerate any form of abuse, any form of swearing across our social media platforms. So please keep everything constructive and civil. If you like the video, obviously drop the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.